Folks, drama, Ben drama, Arab drama, all the drama, Aterere drama, Wakamonomwa drama, zote pamoja. Ayayayayayaya. Hii mambo ya Senate, jameni, ni nini? Some of you shot me emails yesterday telling me, Chris, this Senate video, we're waiting for it. When is it coming? And you were sending me these emails when the drama was still unfolding. How do you analyze something that is still going on? Let alone the fact that you need to dig further, and try and find out why what is happening before your eyes is happening. Because something has caused it in the background. And even now, you can be sure, things are still happening in the background. But at least I have my ducks in a row. So let's go for it. I think for Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala, it is a case of writing a play. And then at some future date, you become one of the main characters in what you predicted would happen. Something close to it. And you should know how serious things are. Because, for example, Senator Malala lives in Kitengela, at some apartments called Royal Finesse Apartments, where DCI officers stormed in at 3 a.m. in the morning. And the first thing they did is they disconnected electricity and water to the entire state. So that other residents started complaining. I can't shower, there's no water. I can't shower to go to work. Because it was a Monday morning. Others were saying, I can't iron my shirt. And I can't go to work with a wrinkled shirt. And I'm guessing his colleagues in the Senate were more than prepared for this eventuality. Because the DCI guys, or the DCI boys, were not able to pick him up immediately. At one point, some senators shielded him from arrest. But when these boys come for you, eventually they will get you. Upendo spende. And so, Huyu William Shakespeare was Senate, the writer of a play titled Shackles of Doom. Eventually, he was picked up by them boys and driven under very tight security all the way to Kakamega. And the idea was also to drive his colleague, Dr. Christopher Langat, all the way to Bomet. And the other colleague, Steve Lelengwe, all the way to Samburu, very far from Nairobi, and very far from the Senate sitting that was supposed to take a crucial vote on the new revenue allocation formula for counties. Now, here are some very interesting, super fascinating statistics that may give us an idea what the end game here was. The total number of senators on the government side is 22. The ones who want this new formula passed. They're 22 in number. And the number on the other side, the Team Kenya side, which has so far managed to frustrate every effort of the government to get this bill passed, those are 25. There are first of all the 19 counties that are going to lose from the new formula. And then they've been joined by at least 6 senators from counties that will gain, some of them enormously, from the new revenue allocation formula. So when you arrest 3 from the 25, the number comes down to 22 versus 22. So I'm assuming you can wave a few files here and there, you can put a bit of pressure here and there, and the thing passes. Now, according to the rules, in the absence of a senator from their county in this case a nominated senator, can vote on their behalf. For instance, nominated Senator Naomi Shinyonga was supposed to vote on behalf of Senator Malala. Now hold on a minute. Nominated senator, the issue's there. This is not a person elected by the people. This is a person selected, nominated by the party. And therefore the party can do a lot of damage to that person. For example, they can withdraw their nomination. While it is impossible to withdraw the election of a senator. You get my drift? But this Team Kenya people, sio mchezo, and they managed to push through a postponement of the sitting by the Senate to take a vote on this issue. Bottom line, if indeed there was a plot by the government to arrest 3 senators and get the bill passed, then it failed. It was thwarted by Team Kenya. Now I need to warn you, in your excitement. Normally, these duels between the government and others, they never end well. They never ever end well. Let me just leave it at that. Especially when both sides are so serious. Now, an example of how serious Team Kenya is that one of the senators, the one from Samburu, Steve Lelengwe, the plan was to airlift him immediately after his questioning had ended in Maralal. The plan was to airlift him quickly back to Nairobi in the Senate for him to vote. I mean, this thing is so serious that it has transformed young men like Senator Johnson Sakaja magically, overnight, into old wise men who speak in parables. I kid you not, because Senator Sakaja is quoted as having said the following in connection to the hopes of the senators reaching an agreement, a middle ground, to pass the bill. Sakaja said, and I quote, "Hope is good for breakfast and bad for supper." Wah, 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 wah. You know, sometimes old men can speak and you don't understand what they're saying. So let's break this down. When you have hope in the morning, before breakfast, or shortly after breakfast, it's good, because you have the whole day ahead of you. However, when you have the same hope as you're approaching supper, the whole scenario changes. Because night is coming, the day is ending. The minutes, the few hours, before that hope will fail, can only mean that hope is very bad for supper. It is best served for breakfast. Anyway, the reason why this plan, to get this vote through, by having 3 senators absent, the reason why it hit a brick wall is because all senators united in calling for the release of the 3 senators before anything could proceed in the Senate. And this move received vast support right across the political divide in the Senate. And it is easy to see why. Because ukiona mwenzako akinyolewa, weka maji tayari. What that means is that the senators must have realized that if they opposed this, what about if they are arrested tomorrow? Their colleagues would not stand with them. Now, I believe the time has come for us to do something very sensitive on this show. But before we do that, let's go into our usual heads up segment, where we give information, either from people who have products and services, that they'd like us to know about, which we vet ourselves here, before we put it on the channel. And you're very welcome, if you have such a product or service, that you'd like others to know about on this channel. And you can see details on your screen right now on what you need to do. Now, I received criticism from one of you that, oh, Chris, this is too much ads on the videos. But I have a different view. Take note of the fact that these are public interest announcements. And sometimes we give you heads up concerning other issues. The other day, we spoke about road accidents in Kenya. And we showed you a clip of a recent road accident. And today, I want to draw your attention to something that will be of great interest to many of you. And it is a series, a TV show titled The Spy, which is available on Netflix. And it is based on the real life story of a Mossad agent, a legend, a man who was known as Eli Cohen. Now, the nation called Israel has a very long history of using spies to gain victory in battle. In the Bible, we read the story of Moses, who sent out spies to the land of Canaan shortly before the invasion started. And so this long tradition means that the nation called Israel and its Mossad has a reputation as being one of the best intelligence outfits in the world. And this movie is super interesting because it lays bare some of the methods that were used back then. I started watching it thinking that it was just one movie, but actually it's a series, 6 episodes, which had me on the edge of my seat all the way through. And I'm strongly recommending it here for those of you who have access to Netflix. I guarantee you that the story of how a Mossad agent was appointed Deputy Defense Minister of Syria, an enemy country, is super fascinating. Right, back to our business. There are 2 key questions we need to answer as political analysts over this issue. Number 1, will Team Kenya metamorphose, turn into a political party in the near future? Question number 2, why is this new revenue allocation formula so very terribly important to the government? Now, as you continue to chew on that, to try and consider possible answers to those critical questions, let me also draw your attention to another angle, a possibility that was brought up by a member in our Telegram group, and actually holds water. I consider it a possibility. And it is this: what this Senate drama has done very effectively, especially the arrests of the 3 senators, is that it has managed to draw our attention away from something else that has been unfolding and that the public were deeply thinking about. And this is the COVID-19 millionaires. NTV carried out a brilliant investigative piece on Sunday night. Actually, the senators' drama started at around the time the NTV investigative piece aired on television. Perfect timing, because Kenyans would wake up on Monday morning not discussing corruption in high places in Kenya, more specifically the COVID millionaires, but instead they'd be discussing the Senate drama. Coincidence? Accident? Or intentional? Now, the story of these corruption millionaires over the virus is one of the most sickening stories to come out of the country called Kenya ever. Because it is one thing to do corruption when everything is normal, when Kenyans are going through normal life. They're not going through some extraordinary hardships. But you do corruption after telling Kenyans, go home. You're not allowed to work. Go home. Stay safe. Sanitize. Go home. And then donations, which are supposed to help Kenyans. Donations which are supposed to ease life for Kenyans because you've told them to go home. Those ones instead, they go into people's pockets. Those donations of masks and other equipment vanish and then reappear on the commercial market, being sold to a neighboring country, being sold out there to people who pay for them. After, of course, the price has been inflated. And you know for sure that there are very powerful people involved because contracts are given to companies. And then those contracts, the government does something they never do. The government cancels those contracts already given to companies, legitimate companies, to supply certain items. Surely, how evil is that? And so on Monday morning, instead of Kenyans discussing the untouchables involved in this evil, the untouchables high up in government, instead, Kenyans were discussing excitedly about the Senate drama. Now, how convenient was that to the virus millionaires? How convenient was it? Anyway, now let us go back to the two questions we asked. Team Kenya seems to have a very bright political future in the country for a very simple reason. It is all about being at the right place at precisely the right time. Because Kenyan voters right now are livid. They're disillusioned about their politicians and their political parties. They are very disappointed with the handshake government. And then here comes an alternative, Team Kenya, that is speaking for the Kenyan people. That is precisely how political waves come to be. And the more that these senators are harassed by the government, the more popular they become amongst Kenyan voters. And something else super fascinating. Team Kenya cuts right across the political divide. It has characters from every corner of the country, from every kind of political leaning you can think of, who have all come together, abandoned their parties, abandoned their political leanings, previous political leanings, and they have come together for the people of Kenya, for the good of the people of Kenya. And therefore, politically, Team Kenya is definitely an outfit we want to keep a very close eye on as political analysts. Now on to question number 2. Why is the government so determined on this new formula? Well, we know for starters that the thinking in government is that these funds allocated to these counties have not been put to good use. There's been a lot of corruption. And what has happened is that a lot of these funds have ended up back in Nairobi, buying houses in South Sea, for instance, enriching governors and their cronies, which of course is absolutely true. And therefore their thinking is, why not take away some of these funds and redirect them, divert some of them back to Nairobi, for instance, the Nairobi government, where we know that the central government is currently in full control, trying to do some very good things in Nairobi County. Their thinking is that instead of these funds ending up in the pockets of individuals, ending up buying houses in South Sea, why not put those funds to better use? Under the military leader who's in charge of Nairobi, put those funds to real development projects, real projects that will improve the quality of life for Nairobians. Okay, but that does not explain the desperation of the government to have this bill passed by the Senate. You know, in a country like Kenya, when a government bill fails, it is a very serious issue. Yeah. The thinking is that once a government bill fails, it opens the floodgates of people to challenge the government and to challenge future government bills. And that cannot be allowed. In a nutshell, a government bill failing weakens the government. Yeah, that is the belief, and that is the perception many believe is spread amongst voters. And so by extension, such a failure would even threaten, for instance, the BBI initiative, which is in the works. And therefore, it cannot be allowed to happen. I will, of course, keep you posted as this high wire drama continues to unfold. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.